Hello, and hope you're having a good day. Thanks so much for tuning in and viewing. So I'm Sakina and I'm the founder of Tranquil Birth, if you haven't met me before, and I am a mum of two. I am a hypnobirthing teacher and I also work with women postnatally as a birth trauma practitioner. So today I'm going to be talking about planned caesareans. And if you are in the Tranquil Birthers group or you follow our Tranquil Birth Hypnobirthing page, then you may have seen some of our things on there, some articles and some different ideas on there. So today I want to talk about not just what's going to happen in a planned caesarean or an elective caesarean, which is another name they're called by, but really how that experience can feel empowering for you, how you can be connected to that experience, and how hypnobirthing can be useful during a planned caesarean. So the first thing I want to talk about and think about is one of the big things actually that comes up for a lot of women when they are giving birth by caesarean, which is that somehow it's an easier option or they're not giving birth. And I just want to start by saying women who birth via caesarean are powerful women and their bodies are birthing in a powerful way. And it is a very valid way of giving birth. There are only a couple of ways women can give birth. One of them's vaginally, and that can be with support or without support, and the other is via caesarean section. So they are the two ways of giving birth, and a caesarean section is a very valid and can be a very beautiful way of birthing your baby. So if you're going in for a planned caesarean, a lot of the time, if it's your first baby or if there is a reason that the elective caesarean is what you've opted for, it can be a time of feeling a little nervous. There can be anxiety, not really knowing fully what to expect, and knowing that your body and your mind are going to be going through the transition. You're going to be meeting your baby, which is exciting, but also is a pretty transformative moment. So the things to maybe consider and ways that hypnobirthing can help are ways in which you can stay relaxed through that process. So if you are using hypnobirthing audios, there's a great time to start perhaps putting them on and allowing some of those feelings of anxiety or tension or nervousness to soften and to give your mind a little bit of time to release and relax, because your body, when it's in a state of nervousness or anxiety or fear, is producing certain hormones and certain reactions, and some of those are countering the hormones we want to be producing for birth. So the hormone that I often talk about, I think, is one of the most important things to think about during birth is oxytocin. And when you're going in for a caesarean, you want to be in that place where there is as much oxytocin still flowing as possible. So that's one of the things to consider, is how you can keep yourself relaxed. And if you're using hypnobirthing, using those relaxations, using them either via audio as you go in on like an iPod or with earphones, or with your birth partner who might have some scripts and some techniques that you've practiced or things that you like, and they can help you and support you to stay in that zone of relaxation so you can allow the oxytocin to flow. Another thing you might want to think about, and that you can have, definitely a conversation with prior to going into theatre, is the sense of the atmosphere, the sort of atmosphere you'd like your baby to be born in, the environment. Would you like to keep it quite upbeat and fun? I work with couples where they like to laugh and have comedy, and of course, again, laughter is a great oxytocin releaser, so that can be great. Or would you prefer to have something a little more tranquil, a little more relaxed, softer music playing? And you can discuss that. So have a think about what sort of atmosphere you would like, what works for you, what makes you feel comfortable. And then also think about the speed. So the preparation for a planned caesarean can take some time. You'll probably be asked to go in earlier in the morning, and you may not be giving birth sort of immediately or quite quickly after. There are processes to go through, and there may be other women also giving birth that day. So you might be waiting a little while. So something you can do to actually keep yourself entertained, keep yourself soothed in that time. But actually, once you're in the process of giving birth, by caesarean, it can be quite a quick process. So in that, how do you feel that would work for you to stay connected? What would suit you to stay in that moment and present? So have a think about, are you someone who enjoys breathing? Are you someone who wants to talk to your partner in that time? Would you want to see your baby being born? You can request the screen to be lowered. And have a think about also what aspects would you like after birth? You can still request things like delayed cord clamping for your baby. And you can also consider skin to skin, and that may be something you want to consider prior to going into giving birth, because you might want to put your robe on so that you can easily open it and that skin to skin access is easy for you. And all those things are a wonderful aspect of planned caesarean. So you can still release all that oxytocin, and the more that you're able to release that, the more you're able to consider that beautiful element of bonding and enjoying those early moments for yourself, your birth partner, and for your baby. And also the benefits there are also in the postnatal period are helping you with your milk production and release, getting your milk in and supporting with the feeding. And of course, after you've given birth, this is the other sort of big thing to consider. Your body has gone through an amazing birthing experience. So what are the things you can prepare for or consider to help you during that healing process, so you can rest and you can bond and you can just allow your body and your mind to make this transition? Because getting a new baby is an amazing feeling, having your new baby with you, but it is also a massive change as well as a transformation. You know, a new whole being is suddenly in the room and present. So what works for you in terms of the postnatal period, the postpartum period, where you've given birth and you want to be in a space where you are starting to feel well and healing? And so there are other things to consider. Again, if you've been hypnobirthing, the techniques and the audios can be immensely useful in still releasing that and releasing any physical tension in the body and just facilitating that healing time. And preparing your home and recovering at home. Can you get help? Are there things you can do to have meals ready, shopping orders in? Can someone help you just keep the house tidy as you adjust to life with a new baby and get rest and allow your body, which has done an amazing thing in birthing your baby, to heal? So that's something else to consider. And time with your partner as well. Would your partner like skin to skin with baby? And all these things are part of your birthing experience, but they're also part of the next bit, which is the bit that sometimes we can't see when we're in pregnancy and we are coming into birth. We can't always see the next bit, the bigger unknown of parenthood, of motherhood. So it's good to remember that birthing experience that you're going in for is actually part of a longer journey, and the bit that comes after it is motherhood, and the moment of birth is the transition into that next phase, and how that can start and feel connected and good for you is really important, because it's the start of that journey. So that's something else that you might want to consider, what the environment will be like for you as you're in hospital and healing. What can you do or take in that will help you rest, relax? How can you nourish yourself during that time? And how can you ask for support and help so that you can get that precious time to allow your body to recover, to allow your mind to adjust, and to allow yourself to bond and make the adjustments as you start to look after a new baby? And again, your hypnobirthing techniques can certainly be continued into that postnatal period of motherhood, And you can use those effectively to help you and aid you in that as you start to consider how you feed your baby and how you bond with your baby and how you rest. And the other thing to consider is some of the changes that might happen. So if you have had a catheter fitted for the caesarean, it can be a bit nerve-wracking at the time that it's taken out and you might need to go to the toilet. If that's the case, you can bring your hypnobirthing techniques into that as well, because again, it just allows a little bit of the tension and a little bit of the anxiety or nervousness to be dissipated and make that experience a bit more comfortable. So wherever you can, bringing in your techniques and tools that you have learned or that work for you into making those experiences that can be a little transitioning, can be a bit uncomfortable, more comfortable, is incredibly useful. And the other thing to think about, and you'll probably be advised about this, or hopefully at hospital, is also how you start to recover post-pregnancy and things like your pelvic floor. So when you are ready and you can get advice on this, how you can start working and regaining strength in your pelvic floor, but also in your abdomen and your muscles. So after the rest time, there will also probably be a time of needing to recover and re-strengthen, and that's really important after pregnancy and birth, because it's about trying to restore some of the stretch and the pressure that have been put on some of those muscles and those parts of the body. So that's something else you can talk about and think of ways that they can work for you in a gentle, nourishing way as you are healing and adjusting and continuing your life in motherhood and parenthood. So if you have any questions, then feel free to comment below or come on over and find us on the Facebook page, Tranquil Birth Hypnobirthing. And I'm always happy to answer any questions. You can message me, you can email me. And I hope that you, if you're watching this and about to go in for a planned or elective caesarean, that you have an experience that feels connected and feels positive for you. And I just yet again would like to say what an amazing transition and strength your body shows when it's birthing. So thank you very much for joining, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. I'll be back soon. Take care. Bye.